Have you ever wondered why your legs start trembling after just a few steps up the stairs? Why does standing up from a chair require a bit of support? Is this a natural sign of aging, or is something more serious quietly happening inside your body? According to a study published in the Journal of Physiology, there is a phenomenon called sarcopenia, which means age-related muscle loss. This condition can take away nearly half of the muscle mass you once had in your youth, especially after the age of 60. And the dangerous part is that most of us do not realize it until walking, standing, or even keeping balance becomes a daily struggle. But here is a truth that scientists are gradually uncovering. Muscle loss with age is not inevitable. There are people who, even at the age of 70 or 80, can still climb stairs easily, stand up without holding on to anything, and maintain a fit, flexible body like they did in their 40s. These individuals are called superagers, and their secret does not lie in genetics, but in simple daily habits that anyone can adopt. From research at Mayo Clinic to Harvard Medical School, scientists have identified 5 key habits that can slow down or even reverse age-related muscle loss. Sadly, up to 93% of older adults have never heard of these habits. Even worse, some common practices we assume are healthy may actually backfire, accelerating muscle weakness. What I am about to share with you is a journey filled with surprises and hope, especially the 5th habit. It is something rarely mentioned by doctors, yet it has the potential to restore lost muscle even at the age of 70 or 80. If you often feel tired, weak, unsteady, or have ever experienced a fall, do not take your eyes off this video, because by the end, you will clearly understand what is truly happening in your body, and more importantly, you will know how to reclaim the strength you thought was lost forever. Are you ready? Let us begin with the first part. 1. Hormetic stressors, light stress that benefits your muscles. The first habit that superagers practice is unlike anything you usually hear during a regular health checkup. It goes against the common belief that older adults should avoid all forms of stress. In fact, those who maintain strong muscles even in their 80s actively expose themselves to controlled forms of stress, known as hormetic stressors. These are mild, calculated challenges that trigger biological benefits and help protect muscle strength. Hormesis is a biological concept where a small dose of something potentially harmful actually activates the body's internal defense systems, making it more resilient and adaptable. Research from the Buck Institute for Research on Aging shows that when applied correctly, these small stressors can extend lifespan, boost metabolism, and most importantly, preserve and rebuild muscle mass, even in people over 80 years old. There are 3 major types of hormetic stress that superagers regularly engage in. The first is exposure to temperature changes, such as cold and heat. You can start simply by finishing your shower with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water. This action activates brown fat tissue, enhances energy production, and stimulates adiponectin, a hormone that helps protect muscle cells from damage. On the other hand, hot showers or sauna sessions trigger heat shock proteins. These molecules repair damaged muscle cells and prevent the breakdown of muscle proteins. A 10-year study in Finland found that people who used the sauna 4 to 7 times a week had up to 40% lower risk of muscle loss compared to those who did not. The second is intermittent fasting. Superagers often limit their eating window to 8 to 10 hours a day, for example, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. During the remaining hours, the body enters a state called autophagy. This is a cell cleaning process that removes damaged parts and improves the quality of muscle tissue. Research at the Salk Institute found that after just 12 weeks, groups practicing this method improved their muscle cell function by up to 10% without needing to lose weight. The third is isometric muscle contractions. You do not need to go to the gym or lift heavy weights. Superagers simply push their hands firmly against a wall for 5 to 10 seconds, or try to pull an immovable object. These short but intense muscle contractions send a strong signal to muscle cells to maintain their size and strength without putting stress on the joints. Why are these small stressors effective? Because they are brief, non-damaging, and just enough to activate positive biological responses. Genes like LIN and FOXO, known for protecting muscles during aging, are activated when you train using this method. Of course, you do not have to do everything at once. Start slowly. Finish your shower with a burst of cold water. Shorten your eating window gradually. Try a morning wall push every day. The goal is to introduce gentle, targeted, and spaced-out stimulation to help your body become stronger and more resilient. 2. Eating protein at the right time to maximize muscle building. Many older adults understand that protein is essential for maintaining healthy muscles. However, most people only focus on how much protein they eat each day, without realizing that the timing of protein intake plays a key role in building and preserving muscle mass as we age. According to a study published in the Journal of Nutrition, our bodies become less responsive to protein as we get older. This condition is called anabolic resistance. It means that even if you eat enough protein during the day, if you only consume a large amount in one main meal, usually dinner, then for most of the day, your muscles are not getting the materials they need to repair and grow. The result is slow but steady muscle loss. Our bodies have what is known as a golden window, which lasts about 3 to 4 hours after each meal. During this time, the ability to absorb and use protein for muscle repair is at its highest. If you eat most of your protein only at dinner, your body has already missed earlier chances throughout the day to feed your muscles. That is why the best solution is to distribute protein evenly across all meals instead of loading it all at once. Researchers recommend that older adults aim for about 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at each main meal. This is the ideal amount to support muscle growth and prevent age-related loss. This also means breakfast, which is often skipped or kept very light, needs to be rethought. Instead of just toast, tea, or coffee, you should include protein-rich foods like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie made with milk and fruit. At lunch and dinner, continue to include lean meats, salmon, chicken breast, milk, tofu, lentils, or a variety of seeds and nuts. For vegetarians, combining plant-based proteins like soy, green beans, and whole grains can provide enough essential amino acids to support muscle building. A study from the University of Texas showed that people who distributed their protein intake evenly throughout the day gained an average of 0.5 kilograms of muscle in just 12 weeks, even without changing their workout routine or diet otherwise. This proves that timing protein intake is more important than just the total amount. When your body receives protein regularly, its ability to build muscle increases by up to 25% compared to eating most of it in one meal. It is important to note that the body cannot store protein the way it does with fat or carbohydrates. Therefore, providing protein steadily every day and at the right times is the key to protecting muscles in older adults. A protein-rich breakfast, a balanced lunch, and a nourishing dinner can make a powerful difference in keeping your body strong. 3. Optimizing vitamin D to activate muscle strength. Few people realize that, besides supporting bone health, vitamin D also plays a critical role in maintaining muscle strength in older adults. According to research from Harvard University, vitamin D is not just a bone-supporting nutrient. It also directly influences the process of muscle protein synthesis by activating genes that control the development and protection of muscle tissue. In reality, more than 80% of older adults are severely deficient in vitamin D without even knowing it. This silent deficiency slowly weakens muscles over time, making daily movements more difficult and increasing the risk of falls. Inside your body, muscle cells have special receptors designed specifically for vitamin D. When vitamin D levels are optimal, these receptors are activated, boosting the body's ability to produce protein and maintain strong muscles. A groundbreaking study published in JAMA Internal Medicine revealed that older adults with optimal vitamin D levels had 25% stronger muscle power compared to those who were deficient. They also showed better balance, faster reflexes, and more flexibility. All of these are essential for preventing falls and staying mobile as we age. Unfortunately, as we grow older, our ability to naturally produce vitamin D through sunlight exposure decreases significantly. By age 65, the body produces only about half the amount of vitamin D it did at age 20. On top of that, staying indoors more often, wearing sunscreen regularly, and eating an unbalanced diet can worsen vitamin D deficiency. As a result, many older adults have blood levels of vitamin D below 20 nanograms per milliliter, while the optimal level for muscle protection is over 40 nanograms per milliliter. The solution starts with simple but powerful changes. Aim to get 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight exposure daily, preferably between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when UVB rays are most effective. Adding vitamin D-rich foods like salmon, mackerel, sardines, egg yolks, and fortified dairy products to your meals can also help boost natural vitamin D levels. In many cases, taking vitamin D supplements is necessary. Health experts recommend that older adults take between 2,000 and 4,000 international units (IU) daily, depending on their blood test results. However, the most important point is to combine vitamin D with vitamin K2. That is because K2 helps direct calcium to the bones, where it is needed, rather than letting it build up in the arteries, which can be dangerous. Fermented foods like natto, fermented soybeans, naturally pickled vegetables, and aged cheese are great sources of vitamin K2. If possible, check your blood vitamin D level with a simple test and aim for over 40 nanograms per milliliter to fully activate your muscle strength. Managing vitamin D properly not only slows down muscle loss, but also improves balance, flexibility, and helps you feel younger than your actual age. 4. Controlling daily inflammation to protect muscle tissue from breakdown. A common trait among older adults who maintain strong muscles is that they all keep inflammation in their bodies at very low levels. Inflammation is not always bad. It is the body's natural response to injury or illness. However, when inflammation becomes chronic and lingers silently over time, it turns into a hidden threat that slowly damages muscles, joints, and the immune system. This condition is known as inflammaging, which means chronic low-grade inflammation caused by aging. It is now recognized as one of the leading causes of muscle loss in older adults. According to research at Tufts University, seniors with the highest levels of inflammation lost 3 times more muscle mass than those with the lowest levels, regardless of their diet or exercise habits. Even if you eat enough protein and work out regularly, if your body remains in a state of inflammation, your muscle-building efforts will be weakened or blocked altogether. So what do superagers do to control inflammation? The answer lies in 4 specific and easy-to-follow strategies that they apply every day. The first strategy is prioritizing quality sleep. A deep, uninterrupted sleep of 7 to 8 hours in a quiet and completely dark environment helps regulate inflammatory cytokines, which are molecules that trigger inflammation in the body. If you regularly experience poor or disrupted sleep, your cytokine levels can rise by up to 40%, leading to faster muscle weakness and a higher risk of falls. The second strategy is nurturing a healthy gut microbiome. As we age, the gut's beneficial bacteria tend to become imbalanced, increasing the risk of body-wide inflammation. Superagers maintain digestive diversity by eating more than 30 different types of plants each week, including fruits, vegetables, legumes, seeds, and whole grains. They also consume fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi. These help replenish good bacteria and calm inflammation from within. The third strategy is adjusting exercise intensity wisely. Overtraining, especially long sessions at high intensity, can stress the body and raise inflammation levels. Superagers understand this and usually keep their exercise moderate, adding only 1 or 2 short sessions of high-intensity workouts per week to stimulate muscles while still allowing enough recovery time. The fourth strategy is using natural anti-inflammatory nutrients. Incorporating specific foods and supplements into your daily meals can help reduce inflammation effectively. Omega-3 fatty acids from fatty fish or fish oil, curcumin from turmeric, and polyphenols found in green tea, berries, and extra virgin olive oil are all scientifically proven to lower inflammation. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that combining these nutrients could reduce the inflammation marker CRP by 29% in just 12 weeks. You can track inflammation in your body using a blood test called HSCRP, which stands for High Sensitivity C-reactive protein. An HSCRP level below 1.0 milligrams per liter is considered ideal. That is the level most superagers maintain. Controlling inflammation does more than just protect your muscles. It also reduces your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. And the best part is, you do not need medication to achieve it. With small daily changes, like sleeping better, eating a variety of plants, exercising at the right intensity, and adding a little turmeric or salmon to your plate, your body can naturally fight inflammation and keep your legs steady and strong. 5. Daily micronutrient supplementation to support muscle function. When it comes to nutrition for older adults, most people focus on the major nutrients like protein, carbohydrates, or fats. But superagers who maintain exceptional muscle strength, even at the age of 70 or 80, pay the most attention to micronutrients, including essential vitamins and minerals. Although these nutrients make up a very small portion of the diet, they act as biological catalysts that help the body absorb protein more effectively and increase the benefits of physical activity. One of the most important minerals, yet commonly deficient in older adults, is magnesium. Researchers at the University of Vermont refer to magnesium as the forgotten electrolyte of muscle health because it is involved in more than 300 enzymatic reactions, including those that control muscle contraction, energy production, and protein synthesis. Unfortunately, over 70% of older adults do not get enough magnesium daily, which can lead to symptoms such as muscle fatigue, cramps, reduced strength, and problems with balance. Superagers regularly consume magnesium-rich foods such as dark leafy greens, almonds, pumpkin seeds, beans, and dark chocolate. In addition, they often take magnesium in highly absorbable forms such as magnesium glycinate or magnesium threonate, both of which can enter muscle cells easily and do not cause digestive irritation. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with optimal magnesium levels had 30% greater muscle strength, firmer grip, and better physical performance. The second micronutrient that deserves attention is creatine. While it is commonly associated with young athletes, research from McMaster University confirms that creatine is also highly effective for older adults. A small daily dose of 3 to 5 grams helps increase energy inside muscle cells, improve muscle size, boost endurance, and even support cognitive function. Most importantly, creatine creates an anabolic environment in the body, a condition that supports muscle growth and maintenance, even without intense exercise. Another vitamin that is often overlooked in seniors is vitamin B12. As we age, stomach acid levels decline, making it harder for the body to absorb B12 from food. This can lead to nerve dysfunction and muscle weakness. Certain medications like metformin, used for diabetes, or acid-reducing drugs can also deplete B12 levels. Superagers often choose to supplement B12 in the form of methylcobalamin, a biologically active form that is easier to absorb than the commonly used cyanocobalamin in standard multivitamins. In addition, trace minerals such as zinc, selenium, and chromium play important roles in protein metabolism and insulin regulation, which helps transport nutrients effectively into muscle tissue. A major study from Tufts University showed that seniors with optimal levels of these trace minerals maintained 22% more muscle mass over 5 years compared to those who were deficient. What makes superagers unique is that they do not take supplements blindly. They typically get their micronutrient levels tested regularly to identify which nutrients they actually need. This helps avoid wasting money or taking unnecessary doses that could be harmful. So if you are eating well but still feel muscle weakness, frequent cramps, or constant fatigue, the real issue might be a lack of these small but critical nutrients. Starting today, pay more attention to the quality of micronutrients in your daily meals. A magnesium capsule before bed, a portion of salmon at lunch, or simply swapping regular salt for roasted pumpkin seeds could move you one step closer to regaining strength in your legs and maintaining your independence longer. Take a moment to think about your legs. They have carried you through the many seasons of life, from your very first steps to the long journeys you have walked over the years. But today, do you feel that your legs are no longer as strong as they once were? Does climbing stairs leave you breathless? Do you need support to get up from a chair? These seemingly small signs are gentle reminders that your muscles may be getting weaker. The good news is, you can slow that process down and even reverse it no matter your age. We have explored together the 5 powerful daily habits of older adults who maintain muscle strength as if they were still in their 40s. From gently challenging their bodies with beneficial stress, eating protein at the right times, optimizing vitamin D levels, controlling silent inflammation, to nourishing their muscles with key micronutrients. These habits are all backed by science, easy to follow, and completely possible to apply in daily life. But here is the most important part. You do not have to change everything at once. Start with one small step. Add an egg to your breakfast. Spend 5 minutes pressing your hands against a wall to build resistance. Take a short walk each morning under the sunlight. These simple changes, when repeated regularly, will lead to something far greater than you may imagine. Restored muscle, renewed strength, more energy, and the ability to live independently for longer. And if you are asking yourself whether it is too late to begin, the answer is, it is never too late. The human body has a remarkable ability to recover and rebuild, even at age 70, 80, or beyond, as long as you give it the right conditions to heal. So choose one of the 5 habits today and begin. When you start feeling stronger steps, waking up with more energy, and noticing fewer moments of weakness, you will know you are on the right path. And remember, the decision you make today is the most valuable gift you can give yourself for the years to come. If you found today's message helpful, do not forget to click like and subscribe to the channel so you will not miss the next videos. And how about you? Which of these habits have you already tried? Share your experience in the comments below. I am always happy to hear about your health journey. Wishing you good health, peace of mind, and the strength to carry on every day. See you in the next video.